Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 273 for June the 6th, 2025. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Neil.
Hello.
On my right by Dave.
Hello.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Fraser. You alright?
Yes. Hello, Neil.
Hi.
Oh, Neil's here this week.
I am awake
Hey!
this week.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Yes, apologies. We didn't have a show last week.
My fault.
Neil.
Well, sort
Yes,
of
we
my
couldn't
fault.
get hold
I
of-
fell asleep and then no one else.
Here we
wanted to
go.
be asked.
All right. I figured this out. I wondered what percentage of blame you'd like us to
It's a
take.
50
So
50. Well, there's three of us here.
I don't know about 50-50 on that. Let me tell you how this went down,
If
folks.
I'm
As
taking
Dave and I
50 out
turned-
of three of us, that's a big chunk for me. Out of three of us.
I'm still going to argue that I don't have to pay anything on this.
Well, you were the one that called it, apparently. Literally about a minute
Well-
before I woke up. But
Okay, well, that's by the by. The point being that anyway, Dave and I were here. Neil was nowhere to be seen. We texted him. Both of us texted him a
Incommunicado.
number of times. No answers, whatever. I think we hung on for about 20 minutes, Dave. Is that fair?
Oh, it was about 25, nearly 30
Yeah.
minutes. It was getting
Yeah,
to
I
that
mean-
point where we were like,
literally about a minute before I woke up and went, fuck!
And then we called it. And I think, yeah, I mean, we just didn't know, right? We didn't know whether maybe you'd been called off on an emergency or whatever. And to be fair, yes, I was pretty quick to call it. I think to be fair as well, Dave's always got my back for calling the show being cancelled. And a
you're
break.
like, I got shit to do. We're like,
I
yeah,
have got
we-
shit to do.
Have you got shit to do tonight as well?
I've always got shit to do, mate.
Shut up. You've got adult kids now. You don't need anything. Once you finish work, you've
Well-
got fuck all to do.
All right.
Other than whatever you
Okay.
choose to do.
Let's not get into this anyway. The point is we didn't have a show because Neil fell asleep. That's all you need to know.
Someone else cancelled it.
Yeah, that's right, because Neil fell asleep. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. Hope you're doing well.
Notice
There
I'm
won't be a show
drinking
27.
clear liquids tonight.
The chances of there being a shit 274 are getting slimmer by the minute. So what's with the water, Neil? Why are you drinking water?
I've already had 3 pints down the pub, so I thought I'd better get some water in.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't take my water
Oh,
bottle
yeah.
to work today, so I've had a long day at work with no water. So I
that's
need to
painful
hydrate.
thirsty when you got to the pub.
Yeah, I definitely was very thirsty when it was. Well, I had dinner at the pub as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
See, that's fine.
Yeah.
You get finished work. You got all this leisure time to go do all this stuff and then do the show if you can be bothered to wake up. I don't have that luxury.
It's your
for me.
fucking choice to do it on a Friday as soon as you finish work.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. I mean, I don't think we would change it. You guys have been very good. We do well for doing this time. You guys accommodate me for your Friday night. I accommodate you for my Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
It gives us time to get shit done.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Some of us, all
Because we
some of us
missed
have got to
last-
do is get drunk and broadcast a show to the
I
World
know,
Wide
must be
Web.
nice. Did you so we missed last week? Was last week the last week of the Premier League roundup? Were we supposed
We're
to be doing that
supposed to
last
be.
week?
I guess we're supposed to do that this week, otherwise I'll get.
I guess you should do a quick roundup on that.
My boy was
You
most
wanna do that now,
unimpressed
then?
with when I fell asleep last week and didn't do the show because obviously
Oh, of course.
somebody won the fucking league, didn't they? It wasn't me. It was
Again.
my son. 2 years in a row.
Yeah. he's
24
now-
points. Big lead in the end, really, at the end of that. So,
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. So I
14
mean,
points,
yeah,
I know.
no mucking around. Well done, Adam. Winning 2 years on the road, very impressive. You know,
It
it's
was
already hard
4
enough to win.
points short of his previous year's total. There were 4 points between last year and this year.
He had a great run at the end. He did good.
He did. Yeah, he was on it,
He
to be
did
fair,
good.
for the last couple of months.
He did good. Maybe we'll get round to getting that trophy at some point.
I ain't holding my breath.
I know. How many years down are we now? 4? That's 4 years.
Possibly, is
Is
it?
it?
I don't really know.
Yeah,
3?
you. Who
Way
won?
before.
I won, you won.
Oh yeah,
Since
guess
we've
it's
been
four,
really
isn't it?
counting, it's
Yeah.
me,
Four.
you, and Adam twice.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least we keep it in the family, sort of. So far. So yeah,
At least it
Mr.
wasn't.
Kinsit
At
held on
least
for
it wasn't
second.
wasn't the Yanks.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them. Joel, the mysterious Joel, came third. Might not be in the league next year. Who knows? American cousins then fourth and fifth. 2 points between Luciano and Lewis.
not
Good
a bad showing though
representation
for the old. Yeah. Well played. Fair
for
enough.
the less well football educated over there. They even called it the wrong name. So they were already behind. Mr. Barkley bringing up sixth, respectable.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not talk about where we came, I guess. I mean, we were shit.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Where did you end up?
14th overall.
And
Right,
then
yeah.
I did. I don't know.
22nd.
22nd. Yeah, I dropped a little bit the last week or so.
Dave, 25th.
24th.
25th. Who's that?
Yeah.
Lord. Thank you very much, Lord. Oh, Lord is being very cheeky.
Oh yeah.
There's a massive insult in the chat.
To who?
To us. Says we're getting as regular as joysticks and chill these days.
Fuck off.
Well, we can have another fucking 3 years off, I reckon. If you want.
That would be all right. Hey, we could really get some shit done. If
I could definitely get some kip in for the next 3 years on a Friday. If I have to continue working full days on a Friday.
They're still chipping away at the episodes, though. What are they up to? They're up to 40 something, all right? I think something like that. Still haven't sorted their audio out, but they might get around to that one day. John Mouse looking at you.
Yeah. Anyway.
What about the head-to-head, Neil?
Well, what about the head-to-head? You say that. Oh, Mr. Kinsit finished top, 12 points clear. Luciano, second, rose up to second. Beat Christian. Well, him and Christian finished on 73 points. Bit of lots of Americans in the top 10 here. I don't like this. Too many Americans here. Luciano, then Christian, then Lewis, and then Gary DeFelice, another American. What's going on here? Deleted player finished 11th. Who's that? Who's already deleted their name?
It's probably Pilch, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not there, is he?
No.
Anybody likes to do that,
he does. Yeah. He's so mysterious.
Yeah. Didn't mess around there, did he? He was there the last time I looked.
He likes to leave no digital footprint.
Well, I'd luck with that.
We know you deleted all those episodes, Pilch.
I finished behind him. If that was Pilch, is that
the person with the history of deleting and disappearing has no idea how things deleted and disappeared.
Yeah. Adam won the cup as well, by the way. So
did he? Good. Well done, Adam.
Yeah, he did the double.
Nice.
Mr. Cox was in the final.
Yeah, he was with Cox. Yeah, Cox, right. Andy.
Where did you come, Neil? In the
head-to-head.
Cup. Head-to-head.
In the head-to-head, I came 12th. You, Dave, where were you? You were actually ahead of Fraser here. So you finished 20th.
Yeah.
2 points clear of Horsey.
Yeah. He picked me on the last day. I lost on the last day.
You managed to finish ahead of the average and Daisy Reed, who literally set her team up and then fucked off, basically.
That's not true. I think Daisy did make some changes later in the season.
Well, once maybe. I reckon she did 2 changes to her team, and you managed to finish more points ahead of her.
Well, that's fine, but we've gone from she did nothing to now that we know she did something.
All right. Well, she wasn't as involved as you, let's put it that way.
Come on, Rip Van Winkle, sort yourself out.
Rip Van Winkle? Sounds painful, that does. Yeah, anyway. Football's done for the season, except it's not, is it? Because apparently the season doesn't end until, July or something, because the Club World Cup's coming. Did you watch the Champions League final last Saturday?
I did. Yeah. Well, I watched
I
probably
haven't
the
watched
first.
any of it.
I watched up to about 6. I watched up until the third goal went in, and then because I was at a friend's house and waiting to leave, and then as soon as the third goal went in, I was just like, "That's it, I'm
I
gone."
think this might be done. You say that,
Yeah.
but like, there was a game last night between Spain and France in the Nations League, and I think it was 5-0 to Spain, something stupid, and it ended
5-1,
5-4.
5-0, 5-1. Yeah.
Finished 5-4. It's like, what the fuck? I was like,
yeah, but if you, but if you'd watched the Champions League final, Neil, you would have known when that third goal went in that it was over.
That is definitely done.
Yeah,
it was boys versus men, and the boys were absolutely running rings around the men, apparently. So
yes, that's true. Boys versus their granddads.
Yeah, but there we go.
Yeah, disappointing. I was looking forward to that final.
I thought it was going to be a good final, but it was just a massive walkover. PSG, but apparently extremely good, and Inter were just fucked. So
yeah, they were just
there we go.
Toilet.
But yeah, Club World Cup's come. Women's Euros. You got a summer of football if you want it. Before the Premier League returns in early August, mid-August. So we'll be.
I find it highly unlikely I'll be watching much.
You never know. Toronto not in the Club World Cup?
Probably not. I have no idea.
Is there any other team in the Canadian territories that actually represent the play soccer?
Vancouver Whitecaps.
Oh, do they play
yeah,
for
the Vancouver Whitecaps. They're in MLS.
Oh, they're in MLS. Not even the Toronto's in the Canadian League. Well, they've got a team in the Canadian League. Anyway, maybe there's two Toronto teams. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Stick fan.
Absolutely.
Anyway, your team won a trophy.
That. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Not Toronto, obviously.
They got back, threw it in the room, and just walked on and went and did something else.
They went, "What's this piece of shit? No one wants this."
Yeah.
Do you hear the news today? Football news, this is.
I have not heard any news today.
Guess who else won a trophy this year in Europe? In not the Champions League, obviously. It was a British team that won a trophy. It wasn't Chelsea. It wasn't Manchester United. They played another team from this country in a final in Europe.
Tottenham, right?
Yeah. They've just sacked their manager.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think they're looking at getting old Frank in from Brentford.
Thomas Frank? Why would he leave Brentford to go to Spurs? Other than the money, obviously. It's not fucking Saudi, is it?
Yeah, but Spurs are a big club, right? You know.
Are they?
Brentford.
Oh,
bizarrely, yes.
They've got a big ground. Got a big ground and lots of supporters. Yeah. They've only won one more trophy than Brentford in the last 10 years. So
I know. It doesn't really make much sense, but
there's a lot of history there with Spurs, isn't there?
A lot of history of like really being very Spursy, yeah.
From what I understand, a lot of the Brentford players are going to,
they will go to Man United, aren't they? All the Brentford players.
They're all disappearing.
Not even going to Spurs,
right? So
there you go. Seems bad to me.
All right. Was there anything else on football? I don't think. No. Good end to the season. We
England games coming up.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
So yeah, you prevented Forest from entering Humiliation League next season. So you probably saved their faces. Well, I don't know. They've got the resources.
Yeah, we got the resources.
Signed fucking like another player.
Yeah, we signed a lap, so that's good.
That's all right. He got relegated last year. So
that's all right.
That's your level.
He's got a home with us. Level. Yeah, I'm looking for. No, I'm excited about him playing for us. That's good.
Yeah, he could score 6 goals for Chelsea next year. You never know.
Sure, that's all right. We'll take it.
If he stays fit for a season, that'd be an improvement. Or if he doesn't get sent off every other week. Yeah.
All right, negative Nancy. Right.
I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm allowed to be negative about Chelsea.
What I need from you guys is, before we start the next season, is just tell me who's captain for the whole season. Because
I don't think Mo Salah's the one next year.
No.
No, I think he had his. This was his swan song. I reckon this last season. He says as he goes and bangs in even more goals next year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Florian Wirtz could be a cheeky one next year if he does actually make that move to Liverpool, which
What's
looks
the guy
likely.
the year before? Not Hoyland.
Haaland. Haaland was the man the year
Yeah.
before. But
what happened to him this year?
he
was
scored
injured for
quite a
most
lot
of
of
it.
goals, but he did miss quite a lot.
He
of
still
season.
did score a load, yeah.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
second top scorer in the league.
I would captain Salah start of the season. I would say that's a good punt. He's going to be fresh off holiday, raring to go.
It'll be interesting because no, they're not. It's Chelsea and Man City are in the Club World Cup, so they don't even get to go on holiday until the mid-July. So I don't know what they're doing about pre-seasons and stuff. They may be a bit rusty at the early part of the season. Who knows? There's no big men's competitions. You've got the CONCACAF Gold Cup, though. That's your lot, isn't it? CONCACAF, that's the North American Confederation. So they've got Gold Cup. It's like they've made a pretend fucking competition as a practice, I guess, for not letting anyone in to watch the World Cup next year.
That's it, yep. A travel ban on the UK.
Yeah. Too many risky people coming from the UK.
Yep.
What do they call that? Persons of interest who run podcasts, maybe. Who say bad things on the internet about America. Probably won't be allowed in. Well, probably basically banned from America. So
I think they'd have to ban almost everyone from America at that rate.
Okay. I think they're on the way. Are we still talking about football?
No, not really. Let's move on to listener stuff then.
Was there any?
Yeah, there was one in here from Lord. Genre of game you never got on with is the UEFA Conference League the ultimate Mickey Mouse Cup?
Yes.
Yes, I would say so. I mean, I think just
they made up a whole new cup for no reason.
Yeah, honestly, Chelsea won it, and I don't think any of us anyone cares, do they?
No, they didn't even play their proper team.
I'm sure Tottenham would have a street parade if they won it, but
don't know about that. They probably would have sacked 3 managers. The next 3 managers would have been sacked if they'd won that.
Yeah, maybe Forest will win it next year.
Maybe they'll get relegated next year.
He says genre of game you never got on with.
I feel like I thought about this last week, and now I have no idea what I thought about.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking about something the other day. A guy in one of the forums I'm in was talking about the latest NHL game and how good it was and how he was enjoying it. And every time, and I was like, oh, maybe I should try that. I think it's on Game Pass as well. And then I just sort of took a step back and I went, you know what? Every time I've had enthusiasm for like a hockey game or a baseball game or a football game, any sports game, almost any sports game. And then I play them and I just don't get on with sports games at all. I don't know what it is.
You like the idea of them, but the actual they just
don't remember playing like World Games and California Games back in the old days. Did you not play all those games?
I never really played much of those. I was a big Yeah, I was a big fan of track and field in the arcade, but I don't really count that as a similar sort of thing. But I don't know. What about you guys?
It's definitely roguelikes for me. I like anything.
I like the idea of roguelikes until I play about 20 hours of them and realise I'm never going to fucking finish them. So.
Well, I do put Elden Ring into that category. I suppose
Cock and Ball Torch.
It's not a roguelike.
Yeah.
Just because you die every fucking 5 minutes doesn't make it a roguelike.
Yeah. You
don't have to start a whole new run every time you die in Elden Ring.
Just Elden Ring. Just Elden Ring.
Just start. Souls likes is your
Souls likes.
You
that's
always
it.
you don't like Souls likes.
Yeah. No.
Basketball games are shit, aren't they? Despite people liking them.
What about Mojang? You like Mojang games?
Mahjong or Minecraft?
Is it Mojang?
Mojang makes Minecraft. Well, do they make Minecraft or do they publish it? Whatever, I don't fucking know. But in Mahjong, I don't really know what the fuck's going on with that.
I've got a Mahjong set. Actually, you can probably not see it. I do have one on my
That's good.
in
You
my
know how to
shelving
play.
right there. No idea. The same as you. I opened it up. I got it from my mum. I
How
knew
do you
my
set
mum
this up?
had it, and it's like it's really old, and it's a really nice sort of old traditional set. I guess traditional is whatever, and it's really nice, like all these bone pieces and everything like that that's in there. But I have no idea what's
You have to
going
make
on.
pairs, and it's a bit like you make pairs, and then there's another level of it. I think I don't really know.
Yeah,
I definitely know you make pairs.
I had the intention to learn, but I still haven't. So
The only
maybe
thing I
when
know about
retire.
Mahjong is what I learned from playing Yakuza. So, and you definitely make pairs in Mahjong in that game. Well, I feel that there's different ways to play Mahjong. There's a competitive way you can play, like, because I play solos in the Yakuza, but I feel like there's like a multiplayer variant. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Don't know how that works. Mr. Sleepy.
All right.
I've just seen that.
Thank you very much, Lord. Appreciate that. That's it. I think we've got. Oh, wait a second. Did we have anything? Chipper said something, didn't she?
When?
I think it
Maybe
was just
not.
a comment. Just something about you're the dream
Something about
customer
music.
for Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Hang on.
No problem. I think she said something about me bringing me music to blow my mind when she comes to visit me. So that's
Oh,
cool.
did we? We didn't talk about this. This was last week, 29th of May. Quaxel said last week he confused his beers. Is that wasn't mentioned on the show, was it?
No, well, he said London Pride, but it wasn't London Pride. It was something else, wasn't it?
Old Bob.
Had been Old Bob's not available, not London Pride. So.
Never heard of Old Bob.
I miss that one.
All right. Let's move on then to what we've been doing, just to keep things moving along. Neil, do you want to go first?
Well, went to watch Mission Impossible a couple of weeks ago. I managed to watch the whole thing without falling asleep.
Well done.
Despite it being on, we went at the 9:30 a.m. showing.
On what day?
On a Tuesday. Was it a Tuesday? I can't remember. I think it was a Tuesday. There were 5 people in the cinema.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No twats. No one throwing popcorn or anything.
Well, I don't know about that.
There might have been one twat in there, I guess. It's a bit rude about my wife, anyway. Yeah, me and my wife went to watch it 9:30. She was like, "Let's go and watch the 9:30 one." I was like, 11:30's the IMAX showing, though. She's like, no, "Let's go at 9:30." I was like, "Okay." 50 quid for the two of us to watch it. It was a big screen, iSense, not IMAX.
Gee whiz.
No sweets.
50
that was
quid.
2 seats were 45 quid, and then 2 bottles of water was a £5.
Oh my god. Was it worth it?
I mean, I could have waited to watch it at home, I suppose. But if I wanted to watch it at cinema, it's going to cost me well, I did find out because I've got Amazon Prime. Apparently, you can get 2 tickets for a tenner. I was like, oh, I'm fucking glad you told me that after I've spent 50 quid on watching a fucking film.
That is a lot of money for a movie.
Yeah, but it was loud and big. And I feel like it's the first one of Mission Impossible that I've actually watched at the cinema. And I feel like it was worth watching at the cinema. Was it worth 50 quid? Maybe not. But worth watching at the cinema, yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good sound.
Sounds amazing. There was one section of the film I was like, this is dragging a bit. It was like 2.5 hours. Quite long. And there was there's an underwater bit, and I'm like, you need to fucking just trim about 10 minutes out of this. Like, this is going on too long. But the rest of the film was fine. I don't know. You know what Tom Cruise does his own stunts and stuff, doesn't he?
Yes.
The stunt they definitely fucking went for it at the end of this film. I was like, this is just fucking mental. But so I guess that's why you go to watch these films. It's like the stupid stunts, and they were on another level stupid, I thought. Do they feel like they've got a little bit more humorous as the films have gone on? There's definitely been a bit more like I definitely laughed. There was a moment that something happened. I don't know if I was supposed to laugh, but I did laugh. I was like, but I don't know if I was supposed to.
I think they were like that anyway, wasn't it?
I don't know where they. I think the first one was played pretty straight.
Yeah, but around after, it wasn't long after that. I can't remember what
the second one. No, the second one was well shit, super serious, well wank.
Yeah, but which one did they bring Simon Pegg? Once they brought Simon Pegg, right?
Yeah. I think that's it. When he came in, it was starting to be like, he does the like funny faces, and it gets a bit humorous. And there were some touching moments. Might have been some tears in the eyes at points. But
I don't want to know what you and your missus got up to in this.
Yeah. Well,
in the dark.
There are cinemas. Well, there is a screen, several screens that you can have a bed to watch the cinema now.
Good. That would be. Yeah, I can't imagine anything more romantic than a cinema bed.
And the best thing is, at the cinema bed, it's right near the screen, so everyone behind can see whatever's going on in the bed. Because obviously it'll be well lit up from the screen as well. So.
Well, that's because that to be honest, I've actually sat in a screen at the front, and it wasn't a bed.
It was incredibly painful when I did that. Yeah. If you're in a bed, it might actually be worth. It was like if I was in a bed, it might actually be watchable from right at the front of the screen. But when you're sitting in a chair right at the front, you're like looking left to right, like what the fuck? Where this is insane. That was the worst cinema experience of my life, watching, I think it was Endgame in 3D in the front row of the cinema. I was like, fucking hell, this is actually painful.
Yeah, not fun.
And it was a Marvel film, so it was obviously shit. So there we go. Yeah, but Mission Impossible was worth it, I think. It was a lot of money, but it was worth it. I was to see one at the cinema. If I'd have gone a few years ago, it would have been a lot cheaper. But, yeah. It was a good spectacle. And because I went and paid fuckloads of money to go and watch a film at cinema, I didn't use my Amazon Prime voucher. I got sent 50% off an Amazon Prime video purchase instead. So I've bought Pulp Fiction on Amazon because I was like, well, I don't know. I was looking at loads of films. I'm like, I don't know what.
How does Amazon know what you're?
Because it's linked. Yeah. It's linked. Like I just get a voucher from Odeon. Like if you bought a ticket for a certain films at a certain period of time, they were like, here's a 50% off Amazon Video voucher. So I went through. There's only certain films you could watch on the cheap. June 2, could have got that for half price.
Sorry, hang on a second. So they gave you a 50%. So you didn't want to buy a movie, regardless of the 50%. So you've gone to see a movie that's cost you way too much money.
Yeah.
And then they've given you a voucher and you've spent more money on a video you really had no.
£2.50. And I was like, I liked Pulp Fiction and I don't own it on NHD.
I was just saying, in principle.
Yes.
If you die a poor man, this is why. Right? You're not under obligation to spend.
I didn't have to spend it, but I was looking through and I was like, actually, do you know what? I haven't seen that film in ages. I've got it on DVD. But that's not the best way to watch it.
Sorry, hang on a second. Sorry.
I knew you.
You can see it coming, can't you, Dave? So you bought a movie that you didn't need to buy that you already own?
Yeah, but it's not as good, is it? It's not HD.
Okay. Carry on.
Anyway, so I could have bought 28 days later.
Neil's purchasing.
You don't have to do what I do. I looked through and I was like, do you know what? I'd quite like to own that film on a format that probably isn't going to die. Pulp Fiction. It was one of my favourite films of all time. So, you know, I'm going to buy it.
It was. So hang on a second. It used to be your favorite. So now
I haven't watched it in ages. Did you miss that bit? I said I haven't watched it in ages.
That isn't your favorite. That isn't your favorite anymore.
What's my favorite then?
It used to be.
Go on, tell me what my favorite is now.
I don't know. You just said it used to be your favorite.
Okay, but at the time it came out, and around that time, it was my favorite film. When I watch it again, it may still be my favorite film of all time. I don't know, but I haven't watched it in fucking about 20 years. Jesus. Anyway. I bought Pulp Fiction for £2.50. I was toying with 28 Days Later, but I haven't seen that, so I thought if I watch that for like £3 or whatever, and it's not that good, I'll be annoyed. But I know I like Pulp Fiction, so I'm going to buy that instead.
I don't know. I think Reservoir Dogs is a better film, but
Well, I haven't seen that either.
Wait, what?
I haven't seen
Pulp
Reservoir
Fiction
Dogs.
was your favorite movie ever. You didn't think maybe I might go watch Reservoir Dogs?
Well, I'm going to watch that, obviously. But I knew I liked Pulp Fiction, and I want to watch it again. So I'm willing to pay the £2.50.
yeah.
It was cheaper than I bought it on DVD.
You should go buy Reservoir Dogs, but make sure you buy it at full price because that would just be the icing on the cake. And then not like
if I watch Reservoir Dogs and not like it, I'm going to get that somewhere else where I'm going to rent it or stream it, where I can not have to pay full price for it. But when I watch it and I do like it more, then maybe I will buy it. Who knows? I'm still not turned off the idea of buying a 4K Blu-ray player either. And just buying fucking films on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Get the new Mission Impossible.
The problem is you can't fucking rent films on Blu-ray anymore, can you? Have you been to your local Blockbuster lately?
Well, every time you go to the movies, you're going to get this 50% voucher anyway.
I don't know about every time. Next time I go to the movies, I might buy the 2 for a tenner.
I am still confused about how Amazon know that you've...
They didn't know. Odeon sent me a voucher.
Okay.
Because obviously I went to Odeon to watch the film, and they knew I'd been to the cinema because I went to Odeon.
When you had to sign in and...
Well, you had to buy your tickets on their website because it's cheaper. Imagine if you just went to the cinema and bought a ticket.
Jesus,
it was even more expensive.
There was a possibility it was more expensive.
Yeah, it's fucking mental, isn't it? It does say it's always cheaper to buy in advance. I'm like, fucking hell, just imagine turning up on the day.
Oh, my God.
Just start
taking
your shirt
£100
off when you get there. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the lube. I'll take the lube with me next time. Jesus.
All right, anything else?
I did finish watching Prime Target last night. We watched our last episode. I haven't updated the show notes.
What is that?
Was the
Did you talk
was
about
the thing
that
on
before?
Apple, yeah. The thing on Apple TV about the sexy maths guy.
Oh.
And his dangerous maths.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Maybe I'll
finished
get back to that. All right.
Good. I finished it.
You enjoyed it? Yeah.
The running joke was I kept saying my wife was like, "Should we watch Prime Target?" I was like, "Okay, I've watched fucking 3 episodes. I might as well carry on because it's been shit so far." But hey, let's carry on. It was a bit of a shocking end. I was a bit like, "Oh, there was a surprise," but you should have only watched. You're not telling me that maths guys are sexy and exciting anytime.
I'm reading the synopsis of this, and to be honest, this sounds like the most dull thing in the world. A postgraduate mathematics student discovers an effort being made to destroy his work, finding a pattern in prime numbers that would allow him to access every computer. Oh my God!
Yes,
you should only have
I might have read this just before the last week's show.
You should have put your foot down and only watched. You should have only watched episodes 1, 3, 5, 7, and.
Ooh, that'd be it.
11.
There wasn't
the top rated episode top rated episode was number 1 and 2.
Yeah, because no one watched anything after that.
No.
We powered through, and I was like, the joke between us was like, she was like I said, she was like, she watched this. I was like, okay. It's like literally like there was 1 episode left, and she was like, should we watch it? I was like, fuck it, I've got to watch the end now. I've watched 7 episodes of fucking shit. I might as well watch that last one. It's just weird. It's not shit, but it's just it's very difficult to like.
Yeah.
It was just not believable in the slightest.
No.
So there we go.
In the vast quantity of things that you can watch at the moment.
Yeah. I did watch a bit of that the thing on Netflix with Steve Carell. That probably doesn't narrow it down that much. It's quite new. 4 seasons? 4 seasons?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't watch all of it. My wife watched all of it, but I was like, it was quite a bit dark comedy. It's quite funny in places.
Yeah.
That was better, I imagine. I didn't watch all of that. The 10 minutes I watched of that was better than the whole series of Prime Target, probably. But I've got only 1 month and a bit left, I think, of Apple TV at £3, so I need to crack on with Severance and Silo season 2.
I forgot. Why are you watching this?
Because my
Prime
wife
time
hasn't
shit
watched
with-
fucking season 1 of Severance, so I can't just jump into season
Oh,
2 with her.
yeah, smash through that. It's great.
I keep telling her, "Can you watch season 1 so we can fucking watch this season 2 together?" She's like,
Fuck her off. Just crack off.
"Yeah, that's what I normally do." So
All
yeah,
right. Anything else?
I don't think so. I might have to we'll let my wife in at some point.
Okay. I got a couple of things on here. I mean, television-wise, actually, I finished The Sopranos season 1, which was okay. I'm looking forward to season 2 at some point. It's all right. It's good. It's entertaining. You just devour an episode here and there and whatever. I think is it Chris? Do you guys watch Sopranos? Is it
I
Chris,
can't
the
remember.
guy?
Is he the son?
I think he's not his son, but he's like the young guy, and he's just desperate to be noticed and to be like a player, and everyone just treats him like shit. It just makes me laugh all the time. He ended up being my favorite character. We were watching, my wife and I were watching The Change, which I'd seen some people talking about on one of the other Discords.
The Change.
Yeah, The Change. It's about this lady
Is
who
this
goes,
menopause?
she's in the family life, going through the menopause, and then
It's
realizes
quite relevant,
that
probably, to most
she
of
just
some of our lives.
exactly, yeah. But it was pretty entertaining. It's a lot of English humor. She goes off to find herself. It's quite funny. I definitely recommend it.
What was that on?
Definitely recommend. I
It's
can't
on
remember.
Channel 4 in the UK.
Alternative streaming service.
It was some sort of streaming service. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
And what else? Oh, I finished The Hotspot. Did I tell you that? I can't remember. Had I finished it or not?
Yeah, I don't think you finished it.
Yeah, so that had its ending. That was great. I loved it. I'd be very surprised if I don't just sit and go watch it all again.
Really?
Particularly as there's a lot of stuff that's revealed later
What,
on.
you're going to
that
start learning Japanese by
realize
watching this?
you don't at some point. Maybe it'll just come to me. And then but there's a lot of stuff later on that you realize there's players involved who you met earlier who don't become relevant until whatever, and there's a lot of back and forth, and I think there's some stuff I've missed. So whatever. I've been watching the documentary on Paul Rubens. I don't know if
Who's he?
it's an HBO documentary. It's only a couple of episodes, but they're about an hour and a half long. Paul Rubens is Pee Wee Herman.
Right.
And I mean,
He plays Pee Wee Herman. I don't think he is Pee Wee Herman.
Well, it's funny you say that, right? Because
everyone knows who he is because of that and nothing else.
Well, there's a real point of the documentary where he was in theater groups and he was doing this, and they were, improv groups, and where all these a lot of people come through the ranks, right, through improv and comedy groups and theater groups. And he was developing the odd characters here and there, and then he came up with the idea of Pee Wee, and it just gained traction and became popular.
Don't think I've seen one of his films.
No, but the point is, there's a point where he just basically took his real world, Paul Rubens, and said Paul Rubens needs to disappear because only people were interested in Pee Wee, and he didn't want that diluted with people knowing that he was Pee Wee.
He wasn't actually a normal person.
Pee Wee was Pee Wee, right? And that was the thing. Nobody had any clue who Paul Rubens was. He was just very driven. It's a really, really interesting documentary. He comes across very well. I mean, for anybody who
he is like a grounded human being, not a fucking...
I don't know how grounded he is, but then how grounded is anyone? Particularly how grounded is anyone in,
showbiz.
Show business, who is a homosexual as well, closeted. He was closeted, so he had all that to deal with.
I suppose he was allowed to be out, was he? As PB.
Well, he wasn't even out
I don't know.
He wasn't really out anyway because he was persona non grata as Paul Rubens, right? All anybody cared about was Pee Wee. But anyway, hands down, one of the best documentaries I've watched in a long time. Really, really interesting, fascinating guy.
Is he actually talking
well.
in it? He's actually in it.
Yeah. He's almost driving, talking through most of it, and whatever. And he's it's really good. He's extremely charming and personable and interesting, and he's that sort of guy. You know what? If somebody said, "Who would you like to go have dinner with?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'd like to have dinner with that guy. He'd be super interesting."
What's his name again?
Paul Rubens.
Right.
Yeah.
Not Pee Wee Herman.
Not Pee Wee Herman. No,
Don't
even
say,
though I did
don't
put
say Pee Wee Herman.
I don't want to say the Pee Wee Herman documentary because that's not fair, right? It is Paul Rubens, but it's
What's
like
that
Pee Wee
called?
Herman
What's it
got
actually
the
called?
Pee Wee Herman got the star. He got a star on the Walk of Fame, right?
Did
And
he?
Paul Rubens did. Yeah, Paul
Wow.
Rubens didn't get it.
But Pee Wee
right?
Herman's
So,
how many other non-real people have had their star put on whatever it is?
I don't know.
Boulevard.
I don't know. And then there were tons of people like who started their careers with him on the Playhouse and the movie, and just how he got the steps to stardom or whatever. It's interesting. I suggest you go watch it. Big shout out to Gar because that was he was the route to me watching that. So that was pretty cool. Thank you.
Where might we find that?
That was on HBO. So whatever streaming service.
It could be anywhere in the UK.
I don't know how. I don't know how that.
Paramount probably.
Fucking Paramount.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then the other thing I got a story. So anyway, my DJ setup downstairs is in my basement, right? And so where it is, it's against the wall in one of the walls in the basement. And there's a window. So I have a basement window, right? And if you imagine that window is like a window well. I've talked about my window well before for the basement, right?
Fill up with water
so it's about
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it can fill up with water unless it's covered, which it is. And it's about head height. Anyway, I'm sitting there playing a set yesterday, and which was a real nice down tempo set. I've been experimenting with playing some slower stuff, and I was getting really into it. And then I just looked up, and just staring at me on the screen was this frog, and he just had his hand on the window, just staring at me. And I was like, "What?" And then I looked, yeah, it's just a frog, and he was just like had his hands sort of just like as if reaching out to me for help.
Was it the thumping bass?
And I was like, "You're stuck in the window well, aren't you? Aren't you, guy? You're asking me for your help." Oh, that was it. I had to go rescue the frog out the window well. So
my God.
got up, went outside, took apart all the stuff to get into the window well or whatever, and rescued.
So who's Lassie in this
there.
situation? Who's Lassie? You Lassie? Are you or Lassie?
I guess I'm Lassie.
You Lassie, but you didn't go and get a human to help. You became the human that helped.
I got myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was my good deed for yesterday. I was pleased that we managed to rescue.
But maybe the frog was just vibing with the tunes, and you're like actually upset him. Like, well, maybe it was a female. I don't know.
Was he in the window?
Just like
maybe
licking his eye, occasionally licking his eyes.
Yes.
If you lick a frog, don't they do trippy shit? Some frogs, if you lick them.
I think those are toads.
Okay.
Yeah. And only certain ones.
How do you know it wasn't a toad?
I don't think we have toads around here.
Do you not? How do you know the difference between a toad and a frog?
Frogs are
small. Toads walk.
Toads make you trip your balls off when you lick them. Frogs don't. They kill you.
Toads
turn into princess.
Toads are a little bit bigger and uglier too, I think, than frogs.
Does toads not hop? They sort of walk because they're too fat and heavy.
Yeah. This was a frog. I think it was a female, so it was good that I got her out.
You could have laid a load of spawn in there if you'd have left her there.
That's my amazing story. Well, there's no water in there. It's draining nicely, so.
Okay.
Anywho.
Maybe she wouldn't have done that.
What about you, Dave? Rescued any animals?
No animals rescued. I did watch Captain America. Brave.
I've heard this is absolutely shit.
So, okay. Right. This film, the whole build-up of the film is to an explosive, it's an explosive part of the film that while the film is being played out, it doesn't think anybody knows what's going to happen. But you know what the film is about. It's about the Red Hulk. And who is the Red Hulk?
Everyone knows who the Red Hulk is. This is why it must be shit, because he's too old to be anything.
No, right. So when they released and done previews of this, you know who the Red Hulk is. And
I saw his face as the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
In a trailer. It's Harrison Ford. Poor spoilers. 90-year-old Harrison Ford is fucking Red Hulk.
The trailer spoils the whole film.
Yeah.
So what they've done is this is supposed to be a Captain America film, but in the build-up, the release of it, they didn't think Captain America could sell this film.
What's his name? Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, but
Anthony Mackie is Captain America.
Yeah, it's Anthony America. It's not.
He can't carry it, can he?
We could do if he was given the chance, maybe.
So
he
basically,
nobody wants to see him. Like, no offense to Anthony Mackie or whatever. I'm not saying it's because he's a black actor or whatever, and I'm sure there's enough.
This is all
fucking
canon, isn't it? This is all canon.
But he's not a big box office draw, is he? I mean, that's the whole point,
not?
Right? You know.
No, it's not.
No.
He was in Avengers.
No, but dude, I could tell you right now. I go downstairs to say to my wife.
He's not Robert Downey Jr. Obviously.
Who's Anthony Mackie?
He's about fucking 60.
I don't know. She'd be like, I don't know. Is he a fucking Canadian politician? I don't know what.
So yeah.
Right? Sounds like
it does sound like one, to be fair.
From Nova Scotia or something.
Yeah. So basically, they had Harrison Ford, and they've plastered Harrison Ford all over it, and the fact that there's a Red Hulk, and whether the CGI is good or not, you like.
You've seen
it looks
Dave,
like Harrison Ford.
So does it look like have they de-aged him? With AI?
It does as well, doesn't it? Oh dear.
Well, they literally show you in the trailer that it's Harrison Ford's face on a Hulk.
Yeah.
I always knew that because I'd seen it in the trailer. I haven't seen this film.
But the whole film is like,
who's the Red Hulk?
Building up to who's the Red Hulk. Not even build like Harrison Ford as the president is getting more and more angry.
Oh, wonder what might happen to him.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Is he red because he's a communist?
No, he's red because he's.
That's disappointing.
He's basically been. I'm not going to spoil it. Actually, I'm not going to spoil.
No, just carry on, Dave.
Don't worry. No worries. Don't worry, mate. Please don't.
No one's watching this film.
So,
You've done everyone a service here.
I've already had it spoiled. I had no idea this film even existed. So now I know Harrison Ford is the Red Hulk.
You must have heard people shitting on this film elsewhere.
I haven't, mate, honestly, because I just don't care.
So anyway, the other thing about this film is it's also a big build up to the next Avengers film.
Oh my god, have we got one of those coming?
Well, we have one of those.
The next one of those is Robert Downey Jr. is going to be the same age as fucking Harrison Ford.
Thundercats.
Fuck off, Thundercats. That's already out. That's not an Avengers film.
It is actually.
Actually,
it is.
Apparently, that's actually all right.
Yeah, but it's actually not bad. But
I won't be watching it because it says Marvel on it. So I'm like, no.
What is it called? Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I keep saying Thundercats, but it's Thunderbolt. Yeah. Thunderbolts.
What is it?
It's a film. It's been out of the cinema recently.
Thunderbolts.
It's got what's her name in it? Florence Pugh. That's all I know about it.
And the guy from
so out of touch.
Stranger Things, the old guy.
David Harbour.
That's it. Yeah.
He's in Alone in the Dark, the video game, which I got on PlayStation Plus, but I haven't played.
I think I did hear Thunderbolts is all right, actually.
Yeah, I've heard that's all right. But I don't care about any Marvel film anymore because they've just made too many films and TV shows.
Did you watch that Demi Moore one yet?
No. I haven't paid my £3.
Come on, man. Oh.
I've got to watch Pulp Fiction now, fuck's sake.
You're such a whine.
I looked for Pulp Fiction on fucking Amazon. It wasn't on... not Pulp Fiction. I looked for The Substance on fucking Amazon. But because they've obviously got some deal with Mubi or whatever, which just sounds like a fucking man boobs fucking streaming service or something. I'm like, what fancy calling itself Mubi?
What's the film, Debbie Moore?
The Substance.
Not Tubi.
No, it's called Mubi. Mubi. And this is Mubby.
I think we have Tubi.
You might have Tubi.
We have Tubi here streaming.
Yeah. Well, you can't get fucking The Substance anywhere in a decent format because they've obviously signed up some deal with this random fucking streaming service. There's loads of like quality cinema on Mubi.
Sorry, Dave, we derailed you.
Yeah.
You did.
As usual.
Brave New World, it was shit.
Yeah. Spoilers. Film sucked.
I've watched. I haven't watched the whole, all of it, but I've watched the first couple of episodes of Andor 2.
This is supposed to be good.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I've got to watch it. Andor.
Like season 2 is actually like it kicks off and it's.
Have we
proper
talked
good.
about this?
Like,
Did we not talk about this before? I feel like we talked.
Everybody's
about
talking about Andor right now.
Season 1. Season 1 was
Right.
alright, and I got through it, and yeah, it it was a little bit slow.
So have you finished season 2?
No, I watched the first couple of episodes, but honestly, it's like proper, really well produced.
This is Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you like.
Maybe.
There's one scene, I think it's on episode 2 or 3. It's like this posh family sort of get together, and it's a wedding do. And the scenes and the costumes are like absolutely amazing. And like they're gonna do their first dance, and you think it's gonna be like this I don't know, cello and violin set, and they they break out EDM, and they're all fucking dancing,
Fucking
and they're
Born
like
Slippy by Underworld or something.
And like the old lady that's the newlyweds mum is like doing proper fucking like big box little box couple like it's like
Nice.
it was so good. And I got told off for the missus because it was quite late at night. I've cranked up the volume. She's like, "Oh, you're trying to sleep."
Is that scene in Blade where they start fucking playing that tune, and everyone's just getting murdered?
No, it's proper good. Andor season 2. So yeah, I'm actually like really want to carry on with it.
You have to watch Rogue One after season 2, I think. Again, if you have, I'm assuming you've seen it already.
Apparently, it does tie in. I haven't finished it, Andor 2, but yeah, I've heard that it goes straight into that film. So yeah, that's good to know. And then what else? I'm this week been planning my daughter's birthday, which
16th?
is tomorrow, 15th. 1-5.
Oh. What kind of planning do you need for a 15th birthday?
So having people round, buying presents. I got a can of helium. What's that can of helium?
Not laughing gas.
No,
no,
it's
not laughing gas.
I know it's not
Can you
laughing
see it?
gas.
So, see,
it makes everyone else laugh, though.
That's the.
Oh, you got a big canister.
I've got a big canister. Hang on, I've done a test. I've got a balloon. It's no good for your audio listeners, but there you go. Hang on.
Amazing.
So we've got 100 balloons to blow up tomorrow.
Oh my god, 100 balloons. Make sure you tie them to something heavy, otherwise they all go up and cause a plane crash.
Well, hopefully they'll stay in the house tomorrow. So
yeah,
but yeah, just gonna blow them up.
You want to be careful though.
Can you get laughing gas over in England?
I don't. Well, people definitely have it.
They crack down on it.
I think it's not. You're not supposed to be able to buy it, but people definitely. I haven't seen many of those canisters around lately. You used to see them a lot a couple of years ago.
You used to see them like you'd go past walking down the road, and you'd sort of see a pile of 10 of them, right?
They've cracked down on them. Used to buy them just as CO2 like refills.
It's not CO2
for things.
CO2 doesn't have the same effect.
It's not CO2. It's
NO2, isn't it?
Yeah. Nitrous oxide.
Or N2O or something.
Yeah, it's like they used to basically sell them in boxes and didn't do an age check on them or anything, but that's really cracked down now. So yeah. No. But yeah, other than that, that's about it really this week. The last 2 weeks. Other than some games that I've been playing, but we'll talk about it in a sec.
I didn't talk about my snoozes.
N2O.
Yeah, that's what I said. I corrected myself to N2O in the end.
Oh, yeah.
N2O.
What snoozes?
Snoozes that I've been having lately. Just occasional little naps. I don't
Are you entering the nap years now?
Yeah. Well, I've been in those years for quite some time.
To be honest, I've just remembered something that was really bad this week that I did.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Not bad enough that you can't talk about it, obviously.
Well, bad enough that I can talk about it now because I've made amends. I forgot my mum's birthday. Yeah. I went
No
round.
reminder from the missus?
Fucking no reminder from either my brother, my sister, my dad, or the missus, or I had a reminder set on my phone. It didn't fucking go off either.
Wow. Excuses.
I will give a shout out to my wife. She has all the birthdays covered, thankfully.
Yeah. So I've triple put it in everywhere now. Like I've put it in my I've got 3 or 4 different calendars on my phone. I've put it in my
Maybe if you
house
just
calendar.
had one calendar, it wouldn't fuck up.
Yeah. Well, maybe. But
it's my mum's birthday tomorrow, actually.
Thanks for reminding me. Mum.
So yeah, I went round there and I went round just to pop in because I don't down the
Well, you
road.
didn't say you didn't go in really prepared.
You still didn't know. You still didn't realise.
No. And my dad turned around and said, "You know, it's your mum's birthday today." I was like, no.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Like, you serious?
That's why I'm here.
Like,
just thought I'd come round and say happy birthday, Mum.
So yeah,
that's when you how good a liar are you, Dave? Because I mean,
not to your mum.
I think at that point, I think at that point I would be like, "Oh, Mum, happy birthday, Mum. Look, I'm really sorry. I got straight in the car and I completely forgot to pick up the stuff that I had on the side for you. I'll bring it around tomorrow if that's okay."
Oh, you're too quick. You're too.
You can't do that. You're like me.
That's a lie, isn't it?
Hundreds of miles, thousands of miles away.
No, I can't do that. Yeah, no, but I'm just giving some thoughts today. But that would be a lie. How do you do it so that? I mean, the trick to lying is for it not to be a lie.
Is to really believe it.
No, because then it's still a lie. But if you can do it somehow so that it's not like worded.
No, but if you really believe it, is it still a lie?
So what I did is I just said I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I'm gonna I'll sort you something out tomorrow. And basically, I went to the garden centre. I'd spent like 150 quid on.
£100 more than you would have
myself out of the problem.
Well, yeah, fuck it. I've got money. I'd fucking buy my way out of anything if I could.
Not guilt.
And
you can't buy your way out of guilt.
I bought my way out of Mother's Day this year, by the way.
And I said I'll come around Saturday tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go around tomorrow morning. We're gonna make up this part and
take her out for dinner, Dave. Spend some time with her. That's what she really wants.
I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. I'm going around tomorrow morning. I'm
she doesn't need anything, probably.
No, I said that's
like materialistically.
You know what she does need? She needs a son who remembers her fucking birthday. That's what she needs. Can't buy that down the store, can you, Dave?
What's more annoying is my brother remembered, but he was away. But he ordered flowers to be sent to the house.
What a prick!
Nice.
And I was like, thanks for the reminder. Like, but luckily my sister forgot. So so she was in as much shit as me as I was.
Not luckily for your mum. Your poor mum. 2 of the children
Nobody
forgot.
fucking says like
what?
I'm on my daughter constantly when it's around my mum's Vic's birthday. I'm like, don't forget it's your mum's birthday. Don't forget it's your mum's birthday.
There was no safety net for you, was there?
No safety net. Some people would argue I'm a grown fucking man and I should sort myself out. But I'm not. Yeah. I'm a big man child. I don't remember shit like fucking.
Do you know
birthday.
when your mum and dad's wedding anniversary?
I barely remember fucking my own birthday.
Oh my god, Dave! If your mum heard this podcast, my birthday is just a fucking waste of time, is it?
I used to think my birthday was the 7th of January for
your
years.
Birthday?
My birthday.
Your own birthday.
because it fell on a Saturday or a weekend.
Did you think you had a
that was my
Jesus
birthday.
like type birthday, which changed it? No, it's his death day that it moves. But
I just because my birthday fell for years on a Saturday or a Sunday.
it can't
and I had
possibly have
my
done
birthday
that for
on the
years
7th.
in a row. That's not possible.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
think it
when
did.
you had your parties.
That's just when I had my
You
party.
literally can only
And I
have
thought
like
it was,
2 or 3 years in a row when it falls on a weekend, and then it has to move somewhere else.
that was when I was the most impressionable and remember the dates. And I told my missus it was the 7th when we got together. And she thought it for years. And I was like, oh no, it's actually the 8th. This is like it's weird.
Dave's actually 720. No one's told him his actual birthday.
He's
But
a hobbit.
like, yeah, dates.
You fucked up,
Me,
didn't you?
me, I fucked up. But me and dates are never a thing.
You just
it's
say
like,
to your mum, "It's your fault because kid never told me when my birthday was, so I don't know what to do anyone's
Here, I
birthday
have
is."
I have a question for you. When you got to the house and you had to see your mum, did she see that you were absolutely mortified? Were you mortified, and did she see that you were mortified?
I was absolutely mortified. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
so apologetic.
Did you just see, like, when you turn up, and did you not see at the window there's loads of birthday cards? You're like, fuck.
There's the big sign out the front. Somebody's special birthday.
No,
Dave's just whistling, walking straight past it.
Make us a cup of tea, Mum.
Did you sign?
Yeah. No.
All right, she'll forgive you.
And I
You're
was,
a good lad. You're
I
a good
was
lad.
genuinely fucking yeah. I felt awful, and I felt awful since, to be honest.
I'm sure we've all made it feel
so
much better.
I wonder how much crying she did.
Never mind. Well, I'm gonna spend some time with her tomorrow. So, anyway,
you're
make
so
sure you
mean.
sort your
You're the
mother out
meanest
tomorrow.
person I know, Fraser. Honestly, everyone thinks you're nice because
You
you're
know
Canadian,
they
but you are the
rewrote those
meanest
wills.
person.
You know they rewrote that will last night.
And
Right.
well, to be honest, I sorted my mum out, and I thought I'd sort my dad out as well. I got some sliced corned beef and a little bit of ham and a Scotch egg for him as well, so he wasn't
Oh
too
my God,
pissed off
he
as
was
well.
disappointed in you as well.
He
Was
was
he?
really pissed off with me.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Not good. Double whammy.
Wow.
All right, Dave. All right, let's move.
It's all right,
The only thing I ever forget is my mum and dad's wedding anniversary. I feel like I was.
Yeah.
I never really remember that. I don't know why I don't
No.
remember it. I think I know it, but it's like, is
Because
that the
as
right
kids,
day?
you're just like, parents' wedding anniversary is always one of those things. I've never got on with celebrating other people's wedding anniversaries, whether they're my parents or someone else's. In fact, I don't even get on with celebrating my own anniversary as it goes. But
You put that day off work.
Yeah. Look, I'm conscious of the time, so I'm just going to move us on to what we've been playing because I got to go out for dinner tonight. So
I've got to go for a snooze soon. So
okay. All right, we got lots on here of what we've been playing. Dave, do you want to start?
Yeah.
Pick one. We'll just keep jumping back and forth.
Deliver at all costs. That was on a recommendation of Neil the previous week.
Yeah, we both played a bit of this.
Oh, did you? The game I haven't played since I thought.
It's alright. Yeah, I understand from the story, like he was supposed to be like an engineer or like a scientist or something. I played it for about an hour and a half. It got a bit samey, to be honest. I did fall into a volcano. That was quite fun.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
Oh yeah. I think I finished the melon challenge, and then I was like, I think I'm done.
The melon.
Because at one point,
I played a bit past.
Yeah, where you have to pick up the watermelons and then go clean them cleaned or whatever.
That's what I did.
But the problem I ran into was I took so much. I took some damage that knocked basically the back tailgate off my truck.
Oh dear!
I couldn't keep watermelons in it.
You
No matter
have
how
to keep
hard
20.
I tried.
You start off with about 60, and you only have to keep 20 to finish it.
As soon as I tried to drive backwards to the destination to try and keep them there, but as soon as I braked, all 60 just fell out. Yeah.
You can't just go and pick them up, can you?
No.
I didn't have that issue.
No, that's playing it on hard mode. Yeah, it is alright. I didn't pick it back up again. Interesting concept, but I think it just got a bit samey. Driving about is sort of same.
I don't know how
I
long
think you
it
can
is.
actually. No, you can change the camera angle, but
Yeah,
to be
it
honest, I
rotates
just went for a
before.
drive at one point, and then there was like loads of different screens of different areas that you could drive around, and I actually got like, wow, this is going to be a pretty big game, but I didn't. Yeah, just didn't click
Just
with me.
didn't grab you.
It was made by
No.
students, wasn't it?
Was it?
It's pretty impressive. Yeah, I think so. A couple of students made it.
Well, good
There's
on
nothing
them.
wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's all right.
I might go
Price
back
was
and play
right
it.
too.
I might go back and play a bit more of it when I get on with some other games.
All right.
Um,
What do you got?
Other
Neil?
other game? Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's
Me?
jump back and forth.
I'll
Yeah,
play a quick one. I played a demo
sure.
called Blades of Fire, which is out in the last couple of weeks. It's sort of Souls-likey. Well, it is a bit
Dave
Souls-like.
game.
And it's definitely not a Dave game. It's an anti-Dave game. It's got a bit of a different control method, which was kind of cool. Like, obviously, my favourite is the old Soul. Real Souls is like you use the triggers and the bumpers to like do your combat and guards and stuff like that. The combat in this game, you have 4 face buttons, obviously, on your Xbox or PlayStation controller, and on this game, if you press the left one of those, you'll do like a swipe from the left. And if you do the right one, it does a swipe from the right. And if you do the bottom one, it swipes up from underneath. And if you do press the top one, it does like an overhead hit. So it's got some different mechanics, which was pretty cool.
I would say that could be a Dave game, though, couldn't it? Weren't you playing those sword games, Dave, before for a while, where you would
Chivalry, it's a bit
Chivalry and
chivalry.
stuff like that?
Chivalry too.
So, but it does have that Souls-like mechanic of if you die, you have to get back to your corpse
You
or
have
your
to
death point
redo
to
the last half
get
hour
all
of
your
your game.
XP. No, I didn't get. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It was good. It was one of the better ones of these I've played, and like I say, it was different enough to make it interesting. But I've literally just played the demo. I don't know. I don't think it's a super expensive game. I think it might be 40, 50 quid. Too much for your blood, obviously. But it was good. It was nicely made, well polished, good graphics, and good gameplay. So it's worth investigating, I would say. But not right now for me.
Okay.
But yeah, Blades
Other
of
fish
Fire
in the sea.
seems good.
You have other
Seems like
fish
it
to
could be
fry
good.
right now.
I do.
Okay. So I bought a year of Game Pass. I figured now was the time to jump in. So I grabbed a year of Game Pass Ultimate. There's enough in there to keep me going.
There's enough to keep you going for a
Fucking
long time.
loads in there in a minute.
For a little while, yeah. So the one
Is
game
this
I've been playing the most of, I'll come back to in a second, but I did decide to give Indiana Jones a try. Played through the first few levels. I got to the Vatican, I think. I got to the Vatican.
That's where you start, basically.
You start in the university, don't you? And then you go to the Vatican or something.
Not for long.
It looks okay. I can see why people like it. I'm not sure it's floating my boat, really. I haven't uninstalled it yet. I don't need to go into too much detail about it, right? It's Indiana Jones. But I think I'm impressed with the way it plays out like an Indiana Jones movie.
You've been watching the cutscenes?
I have actually. Well, it doesn't let you skip them, so I have had to, right?
Well, that is the bit where you like, oh, I am playing Indiana Jones. Because otherwise you can't see you are Indiana Jones.
So that's pretty cool. There's some things, though, it's a little bit... I feel like it's a little bit you're going through treacle to try and get to do what you want to do. And just some little niggly things that I think could do with maybe some quality of life improvements on it. Like, you go to a door, you press the button to open the door, and then you've got to press L up on your left stick. right? That's
To
two
walk through the
movements. Why
door.
have I to go to open the door, right?
I didn't play on a controller.
Yeah, it just seems like there's just some extra controls
did I
in
play it on
there
controller?
with the.
No,
I don't know
I had
why they're
weirdness
doing that with the.
on PC it played weird with controller, so I played it on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, maybe that was better. So I'm not sure. I haven't uninstalled it yet, but I'm not holding too much hope for it.
I got into the combat and the fun, like puzzly bits and stuff. I liked all that.
Yeah, I feel like when this came out, it was better than anyone expected it to be. So that got a lot of people excited. It probably came out around a time when there wasn't too much going on, but I think in context against other things to play, it's okay. You know, it's good. It's just good fan service, but I don't find it very exciting. So we'll see.
Not for everyone, perhaps.
I don't know. Did you finish it?
Yeah. I went to the end.
Okay.
Nope.
You didn't finish it, Dave. See, because I've got a feeling that some other people like Chinny or whatever talked it up quite big, but never finished it.
No, I liked it. It was okay.
I feel like they finished it. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Neil, what else you got?
I've been playing a bit of Doom. Doom the Dark Ages is what I do with Doom the Dark Ages is I play a chapter and then I stop. Play something else.
What are you up to?
I can't remember.
Episode 3.
Are you playing that, Dave? Or did you play it?
You're
not playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, you played it.
I played it. It's still installed, but I haven't got back to it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's Doom. You play Doom stuff and do Doom things. But you've got a shield now, which you don't normally have. And just upgrading stuff. I'm trying to find all the secrets in all the levels. Spending my time wandering around, and trying to find all the bits and bobs, and usually missing quite a load of them. But yeah, I just liking all the guns and weapons are just cool so far. It's got loads of choices, and yeah, the shield. I like it's got like a parry mechanic, which if you get it right,
I've heard good things.
Yeah, it feels good when you get it right, and if you don't, you die. Largely, but some of the enemies. I mean, there's just some batshit moments in there, as it is. It's Doom. So
yeah,
I think there's 22 chapters. I reckon I'm nearly halfway. But like I say, what I do is I play through a chapter until the end, and then I'm like, I've had my fill of Doom for now. I'm gonna do something a bit different because it's just full on, and it might take me a good hour or more maybe to do a chapter, or maybe less. Depends. It's like some of the encounters can be brutal. Usually what happens is first time you meet a new enemy, it's fucking hard. That's always the way in Doom, and then
you're trying to work out what,
and then you fucking suss out what's going on. Then the next time you see them, there's fucking 10 of them, and you're like, whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do like Doom music. Not a massive heavy metal fan or anything, but something it just goes right with the game, the music.
Yeah, they get it right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very atmospheric and all that sort of stuff. The story, whatever. The story's whatever. I'm just like, just go around, kill loads of fucking demons, and find the end, a point, and like I say, all the secrets along the way. Hopefully, but like I say, I never find all of them. Well, I don't never find all of them. There's quite a few times I'm like, I feel like I've gone everywhere, and then you get to like 67% complete, and you're like, what the fuck? How did I miss so much? So, yeah, it's very orange, largely. I don't think you're on Mars, but technically, but yeah, feels good. Like the momentum and stuff that you get when you're running around, it's like stomp, 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 stomp. You fucking like, then you like get into the combat and fucking loads of demons everywhere, and you use your shield to like, when you pull your shield up, then sometimes you can like zoom in on them and fucking just splat them everywhere. And yeah, it's good. I like it. It's fun.
That's good. Game Pass on my to-do list.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's great, man. It's great. It's great for the price. Game
Yeah,
Pass.
right. Dave, what else have you got?
I've got so how do you say this? Archaean demo? Archean
If you,
demo?
if you like, I don't know.
Archean. or
Have you spelt it
Archaean.
correctly?
Yes, I've copied it from Steam.
Okay.
So
Space Engineers meets Stalworks is the top video.
yeah, basically. It's Space Engineers, but a lot more complicated because you've got to wire everything directly and then configure it with a computer. Oh, like, I think maybe
Sounds like you.
5 years
Sounds
ago.
like you need an Arnie.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I might have had the patience for it. I just no. I played a couple of hours of it, and I've done some pretty good stuff, but it was too much for me. Like everything.
This video is very long and 20 minutes, and he just doesn't seem to have done a great deal in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about that's about what you play, how I played. A lot of it was just me like looking again. What the fuck? Okay, right. So I've got to like wire each independent thing into a different input, and then configure that input. And some inputs are reversed, so I've got to reverse them to make go. It's just like, it's very like everything is a input or an output or a function, and yeah, lots of coding. I like the idea, but I'm just not in the right headspace to play this at all.
Yeah, fair
Not
enough.
satisfactory.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, satisfactory is complicated enough. But
this
and
is
I did
going
like
into the realms of I should be getting paid for this if I'm going to put this much effort into it.
Yeah. It's great if you got hundreds of hours to pour in stuff and you want to learn about a lot of this stuff. But yeah, at the moment, me and work and everything else is like
not out.
Yeah, not out. It's in early access.
It's Archeon, apparently.
Archeon. ARCHEAN. But if you like Space Engineers and you want to like learn about all this programming and working
So what was
things out,
Stationeers? Which one's that's the one that Arnie was playing? Stationeers, is it?
Stationeers, yeah, Arnie and
That's the one he was doing all the fucking coding.
Sean,
yeah,
there's lots of that as well.
A bit more like that probably.
So Stationeers and Space Engineer.
You wrote a load of code on one of those, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I've done a couple of but this is a level of complexity that, especially like as soon as you start, it's just like again, it might be just be my headspace at the moment with work and everything else, but
you're getting your mum's birthday.
Get onto it. If you like these games and you got time for them, you try the demo. It's a free demo on Steam.
It ain't going to be on anything else other than Steam, is it?
Yeah, it might be on Epic.
It's not going to be on game consoles.
No. But yeah, try this out if you like these types of games. For me at the moment, no.
Try this out. That's not our catchphrase.
Check it out.
Actually, check it out implies that people should check it out, but this is try it out.
This is
a try it out.
You could check it out
level.
and still refund it within 2 hours of starting it.
Well, it's a demo. That you
is it not actually out? Is it just the demo?
No,
there's not actually a game.
I think you can
$25.
Yeah, you can buy it.
25 Canadian.
Yep.
It's probably only a 10.
I think the demo is there
cheaper
for
than
people
cinema.
that don't want to pay the money and then refund it because they realise this game is not for them, because that you will soon realise if the game's for you or not.
I looked at the video and went, this is not for me.
No.
Just watch a YouTube video, you'll soon know.
Yeah, this goes back to the question from Lord, is that Neil's like, these games are not for you.
No.
I don't know.
These are...
Like, there's a part of me that just is intrigued as to the level of complexity. Like, I almost find it, there's a little bit of a challenge in there. It's like, maybe I might be, but I'm sure within 30 seconds I'll be like, fuck this noise.
Yeah, I think if I luckily retire at some point before, I don't know, I kill myself or something kills me off, and I've got like 10 hours a day to play, like I'd really like to get back into these kinds of games.
Yeah, it's never going to happen. You know that, right? Unless the only way that happens is if you outlive your wife. That's the only way it happens. And we don't live out, and people like us don't outlive our wives. Sorry to say it.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what
my...
to say to
that. Okay, I can do another. I can do another. I'll do Trombone Champ.
Bloody hell! Like Fraser's going in for a second game.
This is like 6 months worth of Fraser games. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got a couple from Game Pass, but yeah, Trombone Champ. So I have my wish list, which is just I have on Steam, and occasionally I just sit there and I wait for things that I was interested in to come to a good price. And for some reason, Trombone Champ, I was just like, I need that game. I need that game in my life, because I'd watched a demo of it or somebody playing it or whatever, and it just had me crying with laughter. So, and then it came on Steam sale last week or something like that. It was cheap. It cost like $6.
Might still be on. Is it still on sale or not?
It could be. Yeah, it's only, I don't think it's been on for more than a week. And so the premise for Trombone Champ, for anybody who doesn't know, it's, what do we call it? A rhythm game.
Rhythm music. Yeah. It's like
Guitar
like Hero, but with trombone.
Yeah. So imagine like Parappa the Rapper, where you got to press your X and your Y and da 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 in time to the music. This is in time to the music, but you're not pressing X's and Y's and whatever. You have lines that come at you.
Right to
left. On an up and down. Yeah, the lines are coming at you from left to right. From right to left, I beg your pardon. You're right, Neil. And then they're at a certain height on the screen. And then you control a dot on the left-hand side of the screen, which is basically the clicking point, call it that. Right? Yeah. And if you click higher, your trombone is higher, and if you click lower, your trombone is lower, and you have to try and catch, click where it's telling you to click, so the notes are the right note.
You like hold the mouse button down for a duration. Quite a lot of it is like, it's not just a click, is it? You like
it's
have
not
to
a click,
hold
no.
the
So
note.
If you just click it, you go burp, burp. But if you hold it, you go burp. Yeah, but the crux of it is that your hand isn't that steady, and you're trying to play these tunes, and it's fucking just had me crying with laughter. Just how it just sounds hilarious. So you guys watched me play a couple of rounds
and listened. I mean, more importantly,
yeah, it's funny, right? It's
slightly
funny.
off key is the most hilarious bit. Just when it's just slightly off.
Yeah,
it just sounds.
There was
hilarious.
one, I think, one or two where I was like, "This is sounding okay," and then just something goes a little bit wrong. It just sounds properly shonky.
It's quite hard to play trombone, apparently.
So you played this last Friday, after we it was about what, 11,
when I woke up,
11, 12, yeah. And I think the most comical bits were the first couple of songs that you were playing, especially for the first time.
Yeah,
absolutely fucking hilarious. But once you started to get good, it was
not funny
good.
Anymore. It's not funny.
No. But then you were starting to add your own flair.
Yeah. And then and then once you start taking it, but I was pleased with that, because once you start taking it seriously as a game, it's all laid out properly, like with proper star rankings and difficulty levels. And then there was, what do they call them, doot points or something, or toots, or
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
There's,
yeah.
For some reason,
there's
there's
a load of stuff.
baboons in it.
Yeah, there was a load of stuff in there which we didn't figure out what was going on, and obviously haven't played enough of it. But I'd like to play more of it and see how far I could get, what I can find. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to be the trombone champ by any means.
Not with that attitude.
But it's definitely worth taking a look at. It's only available, I think. I think you can only play
It's
this
on the
with a
Wii.
mouse.
Switch. Sorry, it's on Switch, I believe.
That
I'm sure it's on Switch because you've got it's got like the Joy-Cons.
Okay, yeah, because you need that some sort of flexibility there.
It's in VR as well.
Won't work. Yeah, the VR. See, yeah, I was hoping it was. VR looked hilarious. That looks really good. It's polished, right? I think these guys, like I said last week, I think these guys got nominated for a BAFTA. It's all right. It's a good piece of software. It's good and amusing. So I definitely, you know what? Even if this is one of those ones, even if you don't fancy playing it and you don't think you're ever going to buy it, just go watch a video on YouTube. That'll give you the satisfaction that you need from it. You want to just search up Trombone Champ first play. You don't want to see anybody who's good at it. You want to see someone who's just starting.
What, like Fire in the Flames on the Guitar Hero? What's that? What's the equivalent of that in Trombone Champ?
God knows.
It's not God Save the King. That was fucking lame.
I was starting with some of the songs high ranking then. They were hard. My wrists hurt. It was, yeah. But yeah, Trombone Champ.
God Save the Queen was the good one.
King.
God Save the King. They even had
obviously had an update since it came out.
God Save the King.
Yeah. I liked it as well. It's some good humor as well, because when they had what was it? Did I do O Canada when you guys were playing?
I didn't say that.
No.
I played O Canada, and as you do the songs, the further you get into this,
on there.
I'm not sure, but it's the further you get into doing the songs, it starts to put up imagery in relation to the song. What was the one? What
there were loads of horses popping up in one thing.
That was it. There was one about Old Grey Mare, and then suddenly all these horses are dancing in the background, and it's just really, really funny. It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of humor.
Take itself seriously.
No, it was funny. Yeah, so Trombone Champ, I guess a thumbs up from me. That was good. I'm glad I got that. Neil.
Well, I've only got one left.
Oh, you've only got one left. Dave, what you got?
I've got Foundry. I've been playing more Foundry because I hate myself and I hate my life, and it's
and the other game was too hard.
I've got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been staying up late on this one?
It's called Factory Games. I did once or twice, and honestly, I was like, "Fucking sort your life out." I've got too much shit going on, so I played a little bit of it. I've got to a point where it gets massively complicated, and I went, I could probably stay up and work this out, or like just bin this off because I just don't have time in my life for this anymore. What I think is I like the start of these games. I like this simple factory creative thing, and then they start getting massively complicated with very long production lines, and I like, again, it's one of these things. I just don't have time in my life to this at the moment. So like I just can't.
That's the big thing right now, isn't it? It's time. Time is the problem. And I was thinking about this the other day. People were talking about the state of the industry and all this, and how difficult it is to produce a video game that's going to get a hit or whatever like that. But I mean, you're vying now. It used to be you were vying for people's money. Now you're vying for people's time. The money doesn't matter to people. Obviously money does matter. But I mean, look to most of us as mature gamers. Money's not the problem.
No.
Like buying these games isn't the problem. Of course, I'm still a tight-fisted so-and-so, whatever, and I don't want to spend any money if I don't have to. But it's time is the problem. And it's once something starts to steal my time, it becomes a real question of... It's like the Indiana Jones. It's okay, and if I had bucket loads of time and I was a student who just sat around smoking pot all day and could play video games for 80 hours a week.
Brilliant.
Indiana Jones might have
if you mainline, you can mainline it in about 15 hours probably.
Yeah, and that's a couple of days for somebody sitting at home not working.
Which is fine. But Indiana Jones isn't good enough that I want to give it 15 hours. That's the problem, right? Can it fight for that 15 hours? If I only have 15 hours a week to give a game, 10 of that's going to hunt, whether you like it or not.
Not this week.
Not this week, though. Oh.
So that's where I'm at. I may pick it up again. I'm at a point where I know, no, I'm just, I have to think about it and I have to work it out. And it's just, like if I have an hour or two, maybe, but there's other games. There's other stuff I need to do.
There's a lot of other games.
There's lots of
you still got 3 more.
I've still got a few more.
Go on, keep going.
Balatro, pick that up again. Steam Deck.
Nice.
Smashing it. I didn't actually win a game. But no, I was like, I want some time away from my computer with the missus watching TV. She was watching some shit like.
Was it Prime Target?
House Designs. So no, House Design UK something or other. It's pretty rubbish. So I got my Steam Deck out. So I was with her, but playing Balatro.
You got your deck out? You got your deck out with your missus?
Yeah. And I was playing with it. And my Steam Deck is now mainly my Balatro machine. There's not a lot of the games I enjoy playing so much.
Dude, get mini shoot adventures. That'd be perfect for the Steam Deck.
Mini shoot adventures. I'll have a look.
There's a lot of games that would go great on the Steam
Deck.
Little small games.
That's the thing. I haven't actually found that many games that I enjoy playing. Like, apparently, Cyberpunk's really good. I'm like, I don't want to play Cyberpunk on my.
Elden Ring's quite good. Apparently, on Steam Deck.
On my Balatro machine.
Yeah. I'll have a look at this mini shoot. But yeah, I am going on holiday in a couple of months, so I do actually want some recommendations of what to play on that. So Balatro is definitely gonna stay installed on it. But yeah,
how much space you got on yours?
256 and a 512 gig SD card. So I've got enough. Yeah, big enough, but not to play Black Ops.
Do you do the Have you done the Game Pass workaround on it?
Yes,
Streaming.
But that was a year and a half ago, so I'm not sure if that still works.
I think it does. Well, there's ways to play streaming stuff.
Yeah. No, I used to, and that works really well on the Steam Deck. I was really, really happy with that. But where I'm going away, I'm going to Mexico in late August. So whether the
don't want to be
Wi-Fi
paying for mobile data, that's for sure.
Well, that's it, yeah. And I don't know what the internet's going to be like there. So,
how does it work for offline mode then on the Steam Deck?
So Steam Deck's fine. It's what we're talking about is the Xbox. Get a live Game Pass online, which works well when you've got good internet and a good Wi-Fi. Obviously not if you don't.
Depends where your data server is, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, like all the other games work well. Games that are not intensive work brilliant. Yeah.
Emulated games. Quite good on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I've got Dolphin installed.
You could play Breath of the Wild or something on your Steam Deck.
No, that actually doesn't work very well on the Steam Deck. No, I think maybe the OLED one, but not on my one. Mine's not the OLED pre that.
What are you doing in Balatro then? Where's your Balatro game these days?
I'm playing the cards that are just 2 decks, and I'm up to like the 4th or 5th time of completing them. So I'm trying to fully complete that deck, and then I'll move on.
Right.
Every time
gold star it.
Yeah.
Gold, whatever it is.
Gold, button it or whatever.
Stake.
So yeah, I enjoy playing that. Huh?
Is it stakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't.
Have you done any gold yet?
No. So I think I've unlocked all the deck types, and I've won once on all the deck types. But I thought I'm just trying to sort of mainline one. So yeah, I've not played as much as you. Nowhere near. But
I haven't
yeah,
played for ages though.
have you not on your iPad or anything?
No, I just fizzled out. I was just like
Yeah.
a
You play a
firework.
lot.
Fucking played a shit ton, and then just that's it.
Yeah, you got really heavy into the seeded decks, didn't you?
A little, nah, not really. But I played around with the seeds a little bit. Some of them are
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, I never got into that.
The
but
problem is with the seeded deck, you're not really achieving anything that you want to achieve, right? You know, they're
Right.
more for fun.
Yeah.
And there's so many things to do in terms of your own progress.
Yeah.
The challenges are fun. I like those. Those are good. Some of them seem like absolutely rock hard and batshit insane, but actually, if you break them down, they are doable.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, with
Okay.
particular strats.
Yeah.
Good. All right, what else you got?
Me.
You're the one with
Two
all the
more for
games,
me.
Dave. You've got loads of games.
Roadcraft. Did I say I playing Roadcraft last time?
No, I think you talked about it, and we saw you the other night online, and you were, I think, talking about it.
Yeah. So, playing Roadcraft. It came out just, I think it was a couple of weeks
About
ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. There was a really good demo. In the Steam demo
Next Fest
thing, Next Fest. That was really good. The game's alright. It's yeah. I think it's more of a multiplayer game than a single player game. I think you get more out of it if you've got multiple people.
For anybody who
playing
doesn't
with
know,
it.
what is it?
It is so. Do you remember Mudrunner, SnowRunner?
SnowRunner, same
Yeah.
people.
SnowRunner. It's the same people that done that. It's similar kind of physics, but it's centered around your giving aid to an island that's being hit by a natural disaster, a storm.
Right.
Like a
And you've got
tsunami or
to
something.
Yeah, and you've got to help get the roads back together and get materials to different areas and different towns and like restore the power and you do this using various vehicles, navigating terrain that's difficult. But you can improve the terrain by laying sand and asphalt onto them and you schedule like regular deliveries between your like warehouses where you collect items like scrap metal, plastic, and then it gets delivered around the island. And then depending on how the roads are, is how much gets delivered. So if you pave the whole thing, it gets regular deliveries, and you get other rewards for that. If it's basically over mud and they can barely like traverse it, you get very little. But it's a regular amount. If they can't transfer it at all, they just say roads blocked and you've got to reroute it. So yeah, it's a physics based vehicle transversal game. You still have the vehicles that you can if you do get stuck, you can like pull your vehicle out with a winch on a tree. But there's also parts where you can just like reset your vehicle back to the main areas. People have described it as Mudrunner or SnowRunner on easy mode, and they have taken that to heart actually, and they've actually addressed that and saying they're going to do a hardcore mode on it to be more like those other games where when you get stuck, you get proper stuck, and like you have to use the other vehicles to get other vehicles out and stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. Again, it's a game that would be much more fun playing with other people. I've had a few people message me, "Are you playing this? How is it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's good. Do you want to join in?" I was like, "We'll see if other people play. Like, we'll see. Because when I bought it, it was like 35-40 quid. So I think people are waiting for a sale on it. So yeah, interesting. Would like to play with other people though. is a game that would be good with and hijinks ensued. But on your own, it's kind of like, it's kind of like, oh no, I've rolled the thing, and it's like, oh, I'll just reset it. And
Did you play
you know,
Snow Runner and Mud Runner and all that?
I played Mud Runner. I think I played a little bit of Snow Runner, but it's like, it's like Mud Runner, so I didn't get much out of that. But Mud Runner, I really enjoyed. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that one.
It's out there.
Like, I think most people I've spoken to about it and who are interested in, they're waiting for a decent sale on it. So
I know it's. I
yeah,
see
probably would.
someone's playing on my PlayStation friends.
yeah, it's all cross.
It's all cross-platform. Oh, that
Yeah.
could be a bit better.
Yeah. So if you've got some friends on other systems, you can play with them.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is good actually. That's something that isn't included in a lot of games at the moment. So yeah.
Right on. Okay. That's Roadcraft. All right, let's keep pushing on.
Well, okay then.
Neil,
So, speaking of games that might be better with other people that you can talk to, I got one.
Lots of people about this.
Yes, quite a few people have bought this game. Elden Ring Night Train. Been waiting for this to come out since I saw it. I was like, more Elden Ring, you see? But it's not Elden Ring.
Monster Hunter.
No, it's Elden Ring on speed, I guess, because there's no just plodding around, take your time, exploring. No, it's like run like a fucking head case to the next point and get fucking as many kills as you can as quickly as possible and level up as quickly as possible, because in the next 15 minutes we need to beat a boss. Because it's like PUBG Elden Ring. So you have a literal blue circle that is closing in and shrinking the space that you can play in. And if you stand outside that area, you get fucking killed very quickly.
Okay, so hang on a second. So you have a map, and then what? Is it just the three of you drop into the map?
You can play a solo, which makes it very hard. And then you can invite friends, so you can play with people only people you know, or you can just matchmake with two other randoms. Yeah,
randos.
So the game experience depends largely on who you match with or don't. I've played a few random matchmakes early on. I mean, I played the network test that they did a while back, and I think with a couple of randoms, we did actually beat the first boss, the only one that was available in the network test. But I have yet to do that in the full release. So yeah, there's a few differences from the main Elden Ring experiences. Like I say, the big difference is you're playing with up to two other people. All like no weird summoning. You literally matchmake from the beginning with two other people, or like I say, you can invite people if they've got it. Or you can set passwords. So if there's a big community of people playing that don't want anyone else outside their community, they'll like maybe put a password on a Discord or whatever, so you can all just play with you. It'll be randomly selected amongst a smaller group of people. I don't know if there's any cross-platform on this, to be honest, but I don't think there is. But yeah, so it's the Elden Ring combat style and boss difficulty levels, but you're in a different area, much smaller map, obviously, than Elden Ring. And like I say, there's this the rain circle that pushes you in to certain points of the map every approximately 15 minutes. Might be exactly 15 minutes, I don't know. And then you have a big fight with the boss. And there's 3 days, basically. The first day, the boss isn't too bad. The second day, the boss is a bit harder. Third day, the boss is a fucking prick. It's so like a proper big boss from like you might have fought against. Some of them definitely been borrowed from Elden Ring or Dark Souls.
Fair enough.
Because they might be fan favourites, or the opposite of that, people that bosses that everyone absolutely fucking hates because they're real dicks. But they're all there. Well, a load of them are there, and then so like I say, the map is on a much smaller scale, and you have this big time pressure on you. So you drop in, well, you fly in on a big fucking kestrel or whatever, spectral kestrel. It drops you into a point, and then the action kicks off, and you've got to, like I say, just kill as many enemies as possible, as quickly as possible, so you can get a load of runes and level up. I think the max level you can get. So you've got.
So that's what they're doing. They drop runes, or you get experience.
They don't literally drop them on the floor, but every time you kill something, your ticker goes up that tells you how many runes you've got. Same as it works in the thing. There's like 8 or 9 pre-set characters that you play as with different skills. They've got like a secondary skill, a main skill, and then an ultimate skill. The ultimate takes ages to build up, and they have different specialities. So there's like a knight type character, an archer. There's a bird guy called the Guardian. I haven't played as them. There's a big fucking tank guy who can take loads of damage, but also like has massive slow attacks, but does loads of damage with his attacks, sort of stuff. So and they've got, like I say, all these different play styles catered for. There's no picking skills to update. Literally, you go to a site of grace, as they call them in this, not like a bonfire, and you just literally click level up, and all of your stats just go bonk. There's no like picking and dexterity or strength and all that shit like you do the finer points in a classic Souls or Elden Ring. It literally is all like preset level up, level up, level up, level up. And then there's still like fucking weapons to find everywhere. I'm still like feel like a noob playing this game, despite playing like fucking 300 odd hours of Elden Ring. It's like it is a different game. It's very similar looking, but the style of play is very different. The map's different, but all the enemies are very familiar. And probably just need some people to play with to get to grips with it. It'd be much better to play with people that you converse with, because the in-game there's pinging in game and stuff like that. But the more I watched one evening, I just watched Psycho Ghost, who we've watched play Hunt Showdown. Him and one other guy were playing, and they were just inviting people from their communities to play in with them. And it was obviously like that. This looks like a much better experience when you're talking to someone who fucking knows what you're talking about and what you're, let's do this, let's do that, let's go here, rather than just someone clicking a ping on a map and then someone else going pinging somewhere else on the map, and then both running off in completely different directions, and you going, who the fuck am I following here? So there's that. But sometimes.
So you haven't had that. Have you had the friend? You haven't.
I haven't had like speaking to someone else experience. But that looks like the best way to play that. Funnily enough, a co-op roguelike type thing. Yeah. So there is like stuff that you unlock. They're called relics that you can apply to your characters. You get 3 relic slots initially. That you can have, like they'll give you buffs at the beginning of your run or throughout your entire run. They don't disappear, they don't get expire, but anything that you pick up during the run basically is just for that run, like weapons or things that you can throw.
Like the first day?
Throughout the 3 days that you play, you just pick up, there'll be weapons. Like if you beat there's big enemies called great enemies that you can fight throughout the map that aren't the bosses. So that there's minion easy enemies to just like fodder, to run around quickly, get some runes to start with, get a few levels up, and then there's like bigger boss enemies around the map that you can like go and take on. When you kill them, they drop better weapons, more runes, so you can level up a bit faster, get a better weapon. Maybe they drop some stuff to upgrade your weapon as well. Because like every character comes with a standard weapon. So there's a lot going on. It feels like although it's very familiar, it's like a very different game to what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to learn. But I'm probably, if he was brand new to this and hadn't played Elden Ring or Souls like, I'd be like, what the fuck? But I suppose I'm a bit ahead of those people. But I like the game, the Elden Ring game, and I like the combat, and I like that. Just really need some people to play with, probably, to make it better.
Well, you was also saying when you was playing, you didn't like the Ranger.
Well, I played shitloads more of the Ranger.
Oh, okay, and you like it now, do you?
I like. It's key. I think the key is leveling up. Like I've managed to get solo. I've managed to get to the third day boss, a couple of times. I've beat because they made a change to solo play. I could probably just go back into now I've played a bit more solo and stuff like that. I could probably go into like just random matchmaking and probably have a much better experience than I was having initially. So I've learned a bit more. I understand a bit more about the mechanics of a couple of the characters,
right?
And stuff like that. So like I said, there's a lot to learn. It's a bit overwhelming for sure. Coming into it, like what the fuck is going on? But it's got a lot of potential to be a lot of fun. And it's not megabucks. It's only 40 quid. Only 40 quid.
Only 40 quid. That's bargain nowadays, isn't
Not
it?
70 quid or 75 quid like your fucking Switch 2 games. It's nearly half the price of a Switch 2 game.
Well, we've got it in our library here. My son bought it, so maybe you get a chance to play with him. Maybe you get a chance to play with me.
Who knows? But I think if people get into it, if people give it a go, they could enjoy it.
What are you hearing? Are people getting into it? Are they?
Well, 3.5 million people bought the game or something, so I think there's a few people getting into it in that way.
No, but I mean, like after it's been out a week, right? So
I think there's still. I don't know what the numbers are, but it seems strong.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay,
it's got the words Elden and Ring in the title. I think it's going to do okay.
It's going to do okay. I'm just wondering whether it's got the lasting appeal.
There's a lot
like a pub. I mean, you call it like a PUBG, right? That's big.
Well, I mean, there's no other. You're not killing other players. That's the only difference. It's pure PVE, right. So there's no risk of getting invaded by other people like there is in the old Souls or Elden Ring games.
Sorry. So explain to me. You mentioned this earlier. You were collecting weapons. So you got the first day. It's 3 days. You're collecting weapons that as you kill stuff and leveling.
Don't have to pick up the weapons.
What did you say about though? Can you get permanent upgrades? Is that what
so?
You said?
There are things like when you finish a run, whether you die or you beat the boss, you get given a load of these relics at the end of the game, and they'll be like a varying quality. So there's like base level relics, mid level relics, and top tier relics, and like a base level relic will have one buff. It will say, I don't know, like +2 to vigor, which is your health bar basically, and then a mid one will have 2 buffs, and it will say +2 to vigor, and you always start with a fire grease or whatever, which means you can apply a fire damage to one of your weapon.
So you have a character in your stable, and he's getting more powerful the more he plays.
Well, you've all of these things can apply to any of the characters. Some of them are specific to characters. It will say like they will name the character and say this person.
No, but do you not understand what I'm saying? Like you getting more powerful every time you play the game. Like say you have your ranger, and you play around a game, and you get some of these relics at the end. So now when you go to play the next time, is he buffed? Is he more strong than he was before?
Can be. Depends on what you pick on. I've got fucking shitloads of relics to pick from.
So then if you have permanent upgrades to your character, my question then is, at what point is he fully upgraded?
No. You always start at level 1. You always start as a weak character, inverted commas, level 1, but you have these buffs. And they'll obviously scale. As you level up, they scale with your levels as well. So,
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn.
All right. Well, I guess we'll hear a lot more about it.
Maybe.
I should think so, knowing you and your history. Yeah. All right, Dave, do you want to go with your last one and then I'll finish?
Blops. Blop 6. Blop 6.
Multiplayer.
Multiplayer. Yeah, no, not Warzone, just multiplayer. I'm enjoying it. Oh, I thought, what the fuck? I'll play some more.
You've always been partial to your Call
I've
of
always
Duty.
been a bit, yeah. I get it's just like literally I can put it on for, I can play it for 10 minutes, I can play it for an hour. Just like kill, die, kill, die, kill, 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 die, 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 kill, die, kill, die. That's the process. Yeah, loving it. Got some new maps. They're very interesting. Loads of new weapons, loads of other shit that I don't really know what's going on. Everyone seems to be doing weird dances at the end that I don't have access to. I don't know whether they've bought or done the battle pass.
Passes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've missed all that. I just like shooting people. So, yeah, playing that. It's still the number one first-person shooter. It feels really good. The movement, the weapons, the progression, it all feels really great. Yeah, and I'm just playing the multiplayer, just doing the standard.
You haven't played the campaign, though.
I did play a little bit of campaign. I don't really remember much about it. So I don't know. That doesn't interest me now. It used to, not anymore. I might play. I might see what the Warzone is what changes have been made in that since I last played. That was probably about a year ago. So I might give a report on that next week. But yeah, this week just been about 3 or 4 hours, just smashing through the multiplayer. Love it.
You haven't bought a battle pass.
Haven't bought a battle pass. No. Haven't even got the credits.
I
to
couldn't
unlock the
even
battle
work
pass.
out how to progress through the battle pass the last time I played the game. I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck
it
is
was
going on
it
here?
was a bit complicated. I don't really care about that. I'm just playing, just playing for the shoots. So yeah, it's good, and I'm still good, or I'm still being put in the bracket that I do very well at. So
Good.
I don't know.
Playing
I don't know
bots then,
how
is that what
they.
you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. Or 5-year-olds.
Yeah, they're probably good.
Yeah, on their mobile phones. No, I'm playing it through Xbox. I used to play it through.
What, you're playing streaming?
No, I've downloaded it through Xbox. It's on Xbox.
You're playing on the
Game
Xbox
Pass.
or
on your PC?
I'm playing
PC
Game
Game Pass?
Pass. PC Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
I think I downloaded it through its, what's it called? The actual app. Whoever.
A Call of Duty app.
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
The Blizzard app. Blizzard. I used to play it through that. I thought, fuck it, it's on Xbox. I'll just download it through there.
Well, you can't have been. You must have been playing it from Xbox, surely. You didn't buy it from Blizzard.
No, it used to be on Blizzard, the app, Blizzard app, Blizzard. But now I don't want to even want to boot that up anymore. So
yeah,
I download it through the Xbox app for PC Game Pass. So yeah, it's good.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right. Well, okay. Oh, thank you, Dave. I'll finish off then. Yeah. So I've been playing a ton of Blueprints.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, I'd heard quite a few people talk about it. Neil had talked about it to some length. So I knew it was something that I needed to play or at least try. Yeah. What's interesting is I went back. What I do quite often if I'm playing a game that I've got into is I go back and I listen to previous episodes and and go back and find out what people were saying about it. Interestingly, going back to try and listen to what people were saying about Blueprints, immediately when I went back and listened to Veteran Gamers, or I went back to listen to you, Neil, on some of the previous episodes, even though technically I'd already listened to you, it turns out I hadn't really listened to you.
I know you don't really listen to me.
But then you got to shut it. But then when I go back and listen, I went back to listen to these things. I had to shut it down straight away because I don't want anything spoiled. Right? There's just so much going on with this that, yeah,
I
don't
try
know.
not to
What was
spoil stuff when I'm talking about things like this.
Yeah, I think what was interesting about this was I went back and I listened to the veteran gamers, and the three of them played it for Play My Game Bitch, right? So you had
Duke gave
Stu
it
and
10
Chinny
minutes
were
as per usual, and went, "This is shit."
Duke really laid into it. I don't know what he was on that day, but he'd obviously got out of bed on the wrong side. Yeah, he was just laid into it. And then I found it interesting when I think Stu had given it a really good shake of the stick, and then Chinny just was hopelessly lost in it and doing whatever. And had basically, I think Chinny's final synopsis that I heard was basically "fuck this game," even though I'm still playing it and putting tons of hours into it. I couldn't.
It definitely felt
I
like he
could.
stopped playing.
Yeah, I can't agree more with Chinny. That I can't. I don't think we need to go too deep into what this game is about, right? Basically, it's a puzzle game. You're trying to get through this mansion. You create rooms and are trying to get to some sort of goal. We don't know what it is. It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma
I
with
know
all
what
these
it is.
puzzles and shit. Well, okay, I don't. But god damn it, I don't know if I'm making I mean, I'm on day 47. Okay, that's where I am right now, day 47-ish, and I don't feel like I am close to finishing or achieving my goal. But I felt like that for ages, and I don't know the magic that these people have weaved in this game. But I have built mansions, got nowhere else to go, and just like, fuck, okay, that's I've got to call it a day. And then just thought, oh, I'll just check that and find one more thing that just goes, here you go, here's something else that you found out. And it just keeps just drip feeding you out progression. And I think I made the mistake. I feel bad. I feel like, and this is just me, this is game therapy for me. And I'm looking at Neil because I'm expecting him to talk me through this. But I feel like I played it wrong for the first however many days.
You could start a new one.
No, I don't think there's any need to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my focus before was on playing the game in a certain way, and I completely missed the fact that I should have been playing it another way. And now I feel like I've turned the corner around about day 20, and now I'm focusing more on trying to, rather than build this big house and get to the objective at the top, I'm more focused now on completing tasks, and if I don't make it very far during the day, that's fine as long as I'm making progress. I play for about 2 or 3 days at a time, and then I get really pissed off. I can feel myself starting to get angry at it, and then I stop playing it. And then I go back and I play some more days later, and then I feel myself getting angry after about the third or fourth day because I'm not. It just doesn't move quick. It doesn't move quick.
It literally doesn't move quick, as in moving around the rooms. You don't move. Even when you like sprint, you don't move particularly fast. But they were like, the more I played it, it was like, okay, at the end, my initial goal is I've got to get to room 46, which is what it tells you basically is the first sort of your main mission is to get to room 46. So that's your mission at the beginning of each run. But like a certain way into each run, it's like, well, that's not going to happen this run. So what else can I fucking do or find out during this run that may or may not help get me to 46 or find some other random shit out that I didn't even know was a fucking thing like 3 hours ago. I've not finished with the game. I don't think. I haven't played it for a while. I've done 49 hours or something on it.
What day are you up to?
Can't remember.
You reckon?
Can't remember.
Roughly?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think I'm only about 40 odd. I feel like I'm only on 40 odd days because some of my runs have been fucking insanely long.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you unlocked any permanent upgrades?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Now I've got my head wrapped around the fact that it is a rogue light.
Yeah.
Right. And so that I can make things better for myself. And those things I should be focusing on when the opportunity arises, like the allowance, right? So that's building up slowly. And I'm not sure what other I mean, obviously when you make major changes to the mansion itself, those remain permanent. So I've just today, and let me just say it involves a lever and a greenhouse. Like that's all I'll say, right? That has now presented me with an opportunity for something which I am striving to get to, but have failed in like the last 3 attempts.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have a bit of an open mind as to what, when you start a run, it's like, I don't really know what I'm going to get out of this. I would like to do this, but that may not happen. So, like I say,
yeah, and it changes on the fly as well, right? So suddenly I'll open a door and then there's a piece of something or in there that I can pick up, and that completely changes what I'm doing now. It's like, oh, now I've picked that up. I've got an opportunity to deal with this issue that I knew needed to be dealt with. You're so reliant on RNG giving you some stuff, right? You're waiting for this key, or you're waiting for that piece of item, or that whatever. I'm having to really realign my expectations of this game and how I'm going to approach it. I know I'm getting frustrated because I want it to be done, but it's not going to let me be done that quickly, right?
I don't know if you've done something that is making it harder for you.
I don't think so. I just think there's a couple of things that I've done some really, really interesting things, but they haven't yielded the results that I've wanted them to. And I think that is back down to the RNG of, there's stuff you can do in this room, which opens up an opportunity in this room. But if you don't get both those rooms in your draft pool, you're fucked, right? So then it's like that it doesn't mean anything because you can't do it.
I don't know if there's things that you can do to sort of almost force things to happen. I haven't discovered that, but I don't know. I feel like I regularly get some rooms that weren't a thing before now.
Yeah. I think that, I tell you what, I could almost be tempted into a pact of trying to finish it with someone else like you, right? It's like, all right, let's pool our resources and see if we can help each other get to the end of this, right?
There's no end.
Maybe there isn't an end. I
heard someone played it for something like one of the, I don't know, when it was people, it was going through like the reviews and like people were going mental about this game. One guy, I think, played it for 150 hours.
Right.
And he thinks he might have finished everything that was in the game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could just be this ongoing thing then.
It's just one of those things. It's like,
I think I've completely underestimated it.
There's fucking loads of stuff. I'm like, I've seen things and I'm like, well, that's a thing that I don't know how to do, but it's clearly a thing that is possible to do. And
it's interesting because when you start playing it as well, you're like, this seems really simple and basic. And then it's just not that at all. So I don't know. I'm very impressed with it. I hope I don't lose my enthusiasm for it. Oh, yeah. So what I was going to talk about is how I'm playing it. So I had a bit of so what I wanted to do, my initial intention was to play from PC Game Pass and stream to the Apple TV, right? So that I could play. It's perfectly suited to me playing on my sofa with a controller upstairs through the Apple TV. Tried to do it through Moonlight.
Mine's not having it. Mine's not loving that. It kept saying your signal was shit. I was like, how can it be shit? It's like a fucking wire.
Yeah, I had nothing but trouble with Moonlight. I couldn't get it to work. There are 2 ways you can stream from Moonlight. You put Moonlight on the Apple TV and then you put Sunlight on your PC. I just couldn't get it to work. Or you can put Moonlight on your Apple TV and then you run GeForce Experience on your PC. I could only get the new NVIDIA app gets rid of GeForce Experience. So you're screwed. That's gone. And then when I finally losing my mind on my PC downstairs, finally figured out that I needed to uninstall the NVIDIA app, then just install GeForce Experience. That worked.
Right.
GeForce Experience worked. It still didn't work to the Apple TV. I don't know what's going on with that PC. It just did not want to play ball.
It's not mine. Mine doesn't like it either. I don't know why.
No, yeah. So anyway, I ended up going with, somebody said try OneCast, which is an app. So I downloaded that, and Bob's your uncle. That works.
Well, that works to your Apple TV.
Yeah, yeah. So it detects my console downstairs and just streams straight.
Oh, you're
from the
streaming
console.
it from the console rather.
I'm streaming it from my Series S. Yeah, yeah. Which is not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. It works.
It doesn't need a PC in terms of, it's not like a graphical powerhouse game.
No, exactly. No. And yeah, OneCast works all right. Free for 7 days. And I thought, okay, I'll give it the 7 days. And then if it's working well, I'll buy it. It's been working like a champ. So I bought it yesterday. It was like
so that's
$20.
actually connected to your local Xbox rather than not cloud. Can you cloud stream as well?
I don't know.
If you have the ultimate Xbox thing. Do you have to log into your Xbox account?
You have to do some jiggery pokery backwards and forwards with the app and input codes and stuff like that. It was a little bit fiddly to set up, but it works.
Once it's going, it's going.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I've played almost, in fact, I think I've played so far all of Blueprints on the sofa upstairs, whatever, to my wife's chagrin.
So you're not getting into it, okay? Oh, why didn't you make the live?
No, I think, no, not at all. I think she's a little bit more like, why has my space been invaded by somebody playing fucking Susie's House Builder? I don't know. But Blueprints, yeah, I think I definitely have another week of that, seeing how I get on. I hope I don't lose my momentum on it.
Yeah. Even when you get to 46, that's not the end. So.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, it's just really bizarre. You know, it's one of those things you go, just how much, there's one door that I did not know, or something that I didn't know how to access. And just by an absolute, there had no other ways to go. You know, that hallway with 7 locked doors or 6 locked doors, or whatever it is. The Great Hall. And I was like, I can't go anywhere. I got nothing left to do. I don't know. I got one key. I'm just going to pick a random door and open this door. And I fucking opened this door, and it completely unlocked a ton of shit for me. Like, and I was just like, that is bonkers that, like, I could easily have just ignored that. Or even just a 1 in 6 chance I could have fucking picked another door, and I'd be hours down and still not have figured that out. Although saying that, I did find a clue later which told me about that. But I found it by accident. So it's one of those things like, how much am I missing?
There's, you can't just rely on that door. Ain't always the same door. Maybe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I could believe that. Yeah, yeah.
The layout behind the Great Hall doors is not always the same every game.
No, I wouldn't trust it as far as I could throw it anyway. I wouldn't trust anything as far as I could throw in this game. But yeah, it's cool. So I'm glad I'm onto that. And yeah, Game Pass I'm getting my money's worth. So that's good.
Good.
So
yeah,
fantastic. Right. Sorry, I'm gonna call that a show. I gotta go. My wife's just turned up. We've got to go out. So I better do one. Do you guys want to do the outros?
Yeah, I'll do the outro. Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions and get involved, please contact us on our web form, which is at sealpodcast.com. You can also contact us via email, which is sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on the Discord server. A link is pinned on various social media sites that we have. We have YouTube and Twitch channels, which we upload and stream to. Neil, shout out for Twittage.
Lord, thank you for joining.
Thanks, Lord.
And he subbed as well, did he? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Lord.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Okay, good. All right. Well, if that's it, then that's the show. Thank you very much for joining us. Apologies again for last week. Whatever. All being good. We shall see you next week then.
Could be.
Until then.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.